All right, the next step of our dream house is to actually put flooring into our house, which is really fun, and it's going to incorporate measuring because each one of these squares is 1 inch. So you're gonna find the inch dimensions and then measure on here, and then we'll glue it down. Please make sure that you write in each room what kind of flooring you chose, and that should be on your cost sheet. So you already decided, and you're not gonna make it up now. You're gonna use what you already decided on here, okay? So if you decided for brown carpet, you'll put brown carpet. If you decided tiles, you'll put tiles. Now for some of these, I'll just use maybe white paper, or maybe I'll use light yellow paper, and then I'll color on top of it to make it look like tiles. For my rainbow carpet, I think I might use some yellow paper, and then maybe I will put in some rainbow colors with marker afterwards. But for our base colors, we might just be using some regular color, and then that's fine. So I'm gonna start with the bedroom, and I chose regular brown carpet, and I wrote that in here. And now I have my ruler, and I want you to use a pencil. I'm using a Sharpie just so that you can see it. And I'm going to measure this shape on this in the corner. Do not cut out of the middle. That's very wasteful. And we're gonna cut out of the corner so that then other people can use the rest of the paper. So 2 or 3 people could use this one sheet if it's used properly. So I am going to measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches up along the side. So I'm going to take my ruler here, and here's the 7, and then I am going to mark it. Let me zoom in here. Look up here where the ruler ends. That is not 0. The 0 is right here on this particular ruler. So this is 0, and this is 7 in the corner. And you can also match it up like that to check it, but I want you to practice using the ruler. Now, I'm gonna measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. So I'm gonna put my ruler down here, and remember, it's not like this. This is not correct because that's not 0, that's 0. So I need to move it just like that. And I'm going to measure 5 inches across because that is the width of my bedroom. And then I'm gonna do 5 inches on the top as well. If I were to go just straight up like this, I don't know, I might go crooked. So that's why I'm coming to the top and measuring the 5 up here. So I have a nice straight, and I can use kind of this graph paper here to keep my ruler straight too. Like I'm lining it up over here. Okay, putting it at the 5 and then going to the 0. So not the end of the ruler, but the actual 0, which is right here. And then I'm gonna connect these, put the 0 down here, and just make sure that it hits 7. And then I'll draw a line and connect it. You will be using a pencil so that if there is a mistake, it's okay, and it will look just fine, or you can erase if you need to if you're using a pencil. Also, use a pencil so that once you cut this, like when I cut this, it's gonna leave marker behind, and that kind of ruins the rest of the paper. So that's another reason for you to use a pencil. Before you cut it, double check it. So let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. So I can check that it matches here and check that it matches here. All right, I'm gonna cut it out, and then I'll glue it onto my bedroom. And when I cut, I don't want to cut past this because I don't want to ruin the paper for everyone else. So I'm actually going to turn the paper here and cut it. And now other people, probably 2, maybe 3 people could use this paper. So put it back nicely. And now I'm going to glue this into my bedroom, and then I'm going to leave it there because we can decorate it later. All right, I'm going to do my cat pick room next so you can see what it's like to do a unique shape. And I'm going to use yellow because I chose rainbow carpet. But if I use yellow, then later I can put color on top of it and make it look rainbow. So I think that sounds like a good plan. So this is a unique shape. There is a right-hand corner here. So I'm going to use the right-hand corner of this paper and cut up, over, down, and out. So I'm only using, like, this looks kind of like a little Lego piece right here, and the rest of the paper can be used by somebody else. So that will be considerate to other people to save that, the rest of the paper. So for example, I don't want to cut it out of this side because then it would be like this and it would waste all of this. So here's a right-hand corner that matches. So along the bottom, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over. And I can use the graph paper to help me, but I'm going to use my ruler. And I'm starting with my 6 here. I'm switching to a pencil because I don't want black lines on this. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. And remember, this is not the end of the ruler. This is 0 here. There we go. And then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm lining it up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw a line, and then I can check it. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Now it goes over 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm flipping this over so I can see it, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm not sure if this line is straight, so I think I'm going to line this up, this, just so I can see if my ruler's straight. 2, 3. Then it goes down 1, 2, 3, 4. Put my 4 here and go down to the 0. And then 1, 2, 3 out. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 down. All right, I'm going to cut this out and then I'm going to set it in there. And I'm checking the sides that I can check, but you really do have to use a ruler for these internal sides here. When I cut, I want to be really careful to save the rest of the paper, so I'm just going to go to here and then rotate the paper. I don't want to cut through this because other people can use this. And then before I get the glue out, I'm going to check it and see if it fits. And it does not have to be perfect, but I want to check that it'll fit in there. There we go. So I'm going to glue that down, and then I'm just going to keep placing my rooms in. Don't do the yard. We'll leave the yard open for now. I want to show you something here. I cut my dining room and I noticed that there's a little gap there, so maybe I was a little imprecise here. And that's okay, especially if yours is pencil. Mine is marker, so it's really showing. But if yours is pencil, it won't be as big of a deal. And I could even just kind of slide this down a little. See how nice that is there? And then maybe that line shows there. But again, if yours is pencil, it won't be a huge deal if something's not completely perfect. And even as I put it here, there's a little bit of space there. And that is okay. I'm just trying to be as careful as I can with it. But if there's a little bit of overlap or spaces, I can just make that work as I fit things in. For this last room, I'm going to use a piece of glitter paper, and it's been used, and I just want to use a tiny bit and save the rest of it for others. So I want to be really conscientious and considerate of other people when I'm tracing here. So other people can get use out of this paper. So I'm going to go 5 inches up on the side, right into this corner here. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and mark it here. And if it's hard to see on the glitter, just try your best anyways. 1, 2. If you flip it upside down, you can see it, but then you might end up, if it's a shape like this, it's going to be backwards. So I would recommend keeping it glitter side up and just trying to draw over it so that you can see it. But yeah, notice how I'm only using exactly what I need and absolutely nothing else so that other people can truly get so much out of the rest of the paper. All right, and here's my finished product for now. And notice the paper I used, I really did save the rest of it so other people can use it. So I've got all these great pieces that I'm going to put nicely back in a nice stack so that other people can find it and more people can get the benefit from the paper. And here's my final room. For now, with this step, I have my carpet down.